The amount of bombshells and game changers that just dropped in Pokemon Horizons episode 74 was insane. Like, for real dude, this was a major lore dump episode and we've got to talk about it. Before we do that though, let me really quickly apologise for not reviewing the previous 2 episodes. Unfortunately, I had a bit of a health scare that took up all of my time and energy, but no need to worry, I'm doing okay now. For those who missed the episodes, because I didn't review them, let me summarise them in one sentence real quick. Basically, Liko and the others found Lucius's Kleavor and Kitakami, and then after battling with it and bonding with it, Kleavor joined their group. And now let's review episode 74. So Liko's grandma Diana reunited with the Rising Voltaclers, and she told them that she's discovered new information about Lucius, the ancient adventurer. But before she tells them all about it, her and her Arcanine want to battle Liko again. They want to see how far her and Florigato have developed, and that's understandable considering all of their Pokemon have evolved since Diana last saw them. Like, genuinely all of them. So the battle begins, and throughout the battle, Liko's Florigato does get hit hard by Arcanine's Flare Blitz, but the rest of the battle is surprisingly one-sided. Florigato dodges like every attack and then hits Arcanine over and over, and then Florigato terastallizes. Liko's strategy to use Magical Leaf on Arcanine's feet to trip it over works, and then Florigato hits Arcanine really heavily, leading to her winning the battle. Man, it's good to see Liko continuing to kill at every battle after the Academy arc. She's really become such a great trainer, you know? Diana then reveals a photo of her and her old friend Hamba back when they were younger, and if you haven't connected the dots, yeah, this is the same Hamba who works in the Explorers. Diana stopped being friends with Hamba when she found out that his group, calling themselves the Explorers, were targeting Liko and her pendant. And then Diana tells everyone that her research led her to the discovery that the creator of the Explorers, 100 years ago, it was actually Lucius, the ancient adventurer himself. He created the Explorers, dude. Everyone is shocked, and some of the Rising Voltaclers think Diana is lying, and then Diana shows them a picture of the original 3 Explorers 100 years ago. Lucius, Gibeon, and a woman called Ristol. And Terapagos gets incredibly excited and happy when it sees Ristol in the photo. So between Lucius being the creator of the Explorers and Terapagos being really happy to see Ristol, they all come to the conclusion that the Explorers weren't always villains. Back then, 100 years ago, they were not the Explorers that they know now. None of them recognize Gibeon, but then Liko reveals that Gibeon is the leader of the Explorers, because Amethio mentioned that to her back in the cave. Everyone is so confused how Gibeon is still alive after 100 years, and what really made me laugh is that Ludlow, the old man, really wants to know Gibeon's secret of old age. Diana then reveals that Gibeon is the chairman of the Exceed Company, the company that Friede used to work for, the company researching Rakurium. So that makes everybody realize that the Explorers are researching Rakurium, and they deduce from that that the reason the Explorers want to reach the Rakua Paradise, it could be to take all of the Rakurium, the Eternal Blessing. So now they know the goal of the Explorers after all of this time. So after all of these lore drops, Liko declares that they're going to go back to the Crystal Pool, and she's going to try and speak to Ristol. They have no proof that Ristol is alive still like Lucius and Gibeon are, so they can test the legend of the Crystal Pool to talk to Ristol, cause, you know, supposedly it allows you to talk to dead people. They arrive at the Crystal Pool, and Liko and Terapagos call out for Ristol, and then a bright light appears from the water and a woman from the past appears before them. It really is Ristol, dude, and she's holding a baby with blue hair. Everyone is absolutely stunned. They're looking at a woman from 100 years ago, a woman who died 100 years ago. Terapagos dashes to Ristol in excitement, clearly knowing her well, and Liko introduces herself, and Lucius's Pokemon send themselves out too, recognizing her. Ristol sees everyone from the future, and she's really amazed, but also really confused about how Liko has Lucius's Pokemon and Terapagos, and Friede tells her that they're from the future and that they're going to Rakua with the power of Lucius's Pokemon and with the power of Terapagos. But then Ristol reveals to everyone that Terapagos is actually her Pokemon, her partner. Everyone is shocked because they all thought Terapagos was Lucius's partner all this time. But yeah, it turns out Ristol is wearing Terapagos's pendant. Ristol is Terapagos's partner, hence why Terapagos was so excited to see her. And then Ristol refers to her baby as Layla. Diana is absolutely stunned because Layla is her mother's name, aka Liko's great-grandmother, so they all come to the conclusion that Liko and Diana are descendants of Lystal from the past. and that's how the pendant was passed down through the family. Lystal had it in the past, then it went to Diana's mother, then it went to Diana, and then it went to Liko. Everyone is absolutely shocked. Ristol is Liko's great-great-grandmother. But then, in another plot twist, Ristol then reveals that the father of her baby, and so Diana's grandfather and Liko's great-great-grandfather, is the ancient adventurer Lucius. Dude, just like we theorized all along, Liko is a descendant of Lucius. It's finally been revealed. Lucius is officially Liko's great-great-grandfather, and that means Liko is Lucius's great-great-granddaughter. Everyone is absolutely stunned by this revelation. Their jaws are dropped, they're all staring at Ristol in absolute shock, and that is where the episode ended. This episode was seriously fantastic, dude. It's so crazy how we can have so many theories and questions for almost 2 years, and then so many of the answers can all be revealed in such a short time span, in one episode. After all this time, we finally have confirmation of Liko being family with Lucius, Lucius being her great-great-grandfather, and we know about Lucius's baby and his wife Ristol. We know about the origins of the explorers with Lucius, Ristol, and Gibeon. We know about Lucius still being alive. We know about Terrapagos's origin and Terrapagos's original partner. We know the pendant's origin. I can't comprehend how many bombshells and big answers we got in this episode. My favourite part of the episode was definitely meeting Ristol. I really loved her portrayal here, dude. Initially, she was confused about how people were talking to her from the future and how they had Lucius as in her Pokemon, but then she knew and loved Lucius and Terrapagos enough to understand that crazy stuff like that could happen in the future, and she dropped all of the lore bombs, dude. I loved Ristol's design and her personality. I especially found it really funny when she had her brief comedic anger outburst at Liko and the others, when they were realizing that she's her great-great-grandmother and old, and Ristol didn't want to be seen as old, you know? And yeah, seeing how much Terrapagos loves her really makes me love her even more. It's really cool to see another baby in the anime too, they feel so rare, man. Overall, this episode was everything I hoped for and more. I can't wait to find out more about the original 3 explorers in the next episode, cause yeah, it seems like the next episode is a full flashback episode, dude. Fully focused on Lucius, Gibeon, and Ristol 100 years ago. That's so exciting. I really hope we get to see what happened between them, you know? How Gibeon fell into being evil, how Lucius got separated from the other two. There's so much exciting stuff that could happen, and I'm really looking forward to it, man. I might be wrong, but I don't think we've ever got like a flashback episode that far back in time in the Pokemon anime. 100 years is crazy, dude. I can't wait. I hope this review was okay. I'm still a bit sick if I'm honest, and my throat really hurts, but hopefully it didn't sound too bad, you know? Let me know your thoughts on the episode below, and if you really enjoyed, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. That helps me out so much, dude. We're nearly at 130,000 subscribers. That's crazy, man. So on that note, thank you all so much for watching, and best wishes until we meet again.